Welcome you all to the Marine's Thing YouTube channel. So today we will discuss about things you don't know about IMU with its legacy. Yes guys, I know you know IMU as a university. You know it's provide various courses related to the shipping, but yes, there are things you don't know about and you definitely don't know about it. So that things are its legacy, its need and its history, its journey towards establishing IMU, the university, and the role of the university. What is the role of the university in our India and the governance system, how it runs? Yes, guys, lots to discuss. Yeah, before moving further, yes, I want to say that the Marine Singh provides services to seafarers and the upcoming ones by providing blog post contents, YouTube videos, quizzes on Instagram, marine news and facts on Facebook page, while we have bring you some new service too, and that is Marine Singh podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify or on in our website. Just go to the blog post, and if you don't like to read, just tune into the podcast of it. So yes, guys, you can support Marine Singh by just rupees 50. Yes, you can be a part of family, and just go to the Marine Singh website and click the page section of the support. Yes, guys, do it. So yes, guys, let's get to the topic. So yes, IMU. You all know IMU Indian Maritime University. The birth of Indian Maritime University is a long cherished dream of the marine community of India. The Indian Maritime University, established through an Act of Parliament, Act 22 in November 2008 as a central university, is poised to play a key role in the development of trained human resource for the maritime sector. So this is the Indian Maritime University Chennai campus. You can see it here. So yes guys, moving further. So its legacy. So as Mahatma Gandhi said, Indian shipping had to perish so that British shipping might flourish. India is traditionally a maritime nation and has a rich maritime heritage. History documents trade links of India had with other nations of the world from the ages of Harappan civilization. India's maritime history precedes the birth of Western civilization. The world's first tidal dock is believed to have been built at Lothal around 2300 BC during Harappan civilization near the present-day Mangrol harbour on the Gujarat coast. The Rig Veda, written about 2000 BC, credits Varuna with knowledge of the ocean routes commonly used by ships and describes the naval expeditions using 100 oared ships to subdue other kingdoms. The maritime tradition of India is as old as our civilization and as vast as the Indian Ocean. So just moving further, the need. India has had a long maritime tradition and is the 20th largest maritime country in the world. The single largest contributing factor to the glorious tradition is the presence of a strong, dedicated, efficient and reliable reservoir of officers and ratings of the merchant navy in India. The ever-increasing demand of Indian seafarers worldwide is testament of the quality of education and training received in India. However, of late, India has been facing a stiff challenge to her position in this regard from countries like Philippines, China and Bangladesh. Hence, there is a need to further upgrade our training capacity and capabilities so that India stays ahead of the other nations in this sector. There is also a need to augment that share of India in the world maritime manpower fleet from the present level of around 6% to at least 20%. Further, the 29% share of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development countries is dwindling rapidly due to lack of interest of the youth in this career, and this presents an opportunity that we should exploit to our advantage. For further strengthening the institutional framework for imparting maritime training in India, the government decides to establish a society, namely Indian Institutes of Maritime Studies, on 6th June 2002, placing 4 government-run maritime institutions within the domain of this society. The government also set up the National Institute of Port Management, now renamed as National Maritime Academy, Chennai, and the Indian Institute of Port Management, Kolkata, as registered societies for capacity building of personnel of port and shipping industry. In order to encourage private sector participation in maritime training, the Government of India announced liberalized guidelines in 1997, and as a result, around 125 training institutes came up in the government and private sector, which impart both pre-sea and post-sea training. The DG Shipping Mumbai accorded recognition to the private institutes. The Committee on Maritime Education and Training set up by the government in 1991 had recommended the establishment of an autonomous body under an Act of Parliament to be designated as IMU to manage, control, supervise, direct and monitor the maritime training institution currently running under government control. An expert committee was conducted by the ministry which inter alia included representatives to the University Grants Commission to look into the feasibility of the formation of an Indian Maritime University by an Act of Parliament under the aegis of the ministry, which also strongly recommended the formation of such a university. The Expenditure Reforms Commission in its ninth report had also recommended that the IIMS should be given the status of a deemed university or of an Indian Institute of Technology and should become totally autonomous. Formation of the IME will facilitate the promote maritime studies, research and extension work with focus on emerging areas of studies including marine science and technology, marine environment, socio-economic, legal and other related fields, and also to achieve excellence in these and connected fields. So yes guys, moving further the journey towards establishing Indian Maritime University. The impact of technology development is very much visible in the maritime industry in the recent years. Foreign trade contributes about 20% of India's gross domestic product (GDP), but as a share of world trade, it currently hovers at just under 1%. The government plans to double this figure in the next 5 years, considering that 95% of this trade is seaborne. One can imagine the degree of dependence on the seas and that the future will bring. Thus, the shipping industry is effectively the facilitator for this global economy, and shipping will continue to have an impact on the lives of more and more people. Ships designed to carry liquid crude or bulk materials such as ores and minerals have also been growing in their size. Ports, which provide the interface between the sea and the land, are a race with the shipping to build their facilities ahead to receive the new ships when they arrive. To meet the growing challenges, there is an imperative need to have qualified and trained manpower, the requirement of which has been more keenly felt now than ever before. In October 1991, the Government of India appointed a Committee on Maritime Education and Training (COMET) under the chairmanship of Dr. C.P. Srivastava, ex-Secretary General of IMO, to study the status of marine training institutes and give recommendations. The vision of the IMU is to provide quality education and training, to undertake research of international standard, to become an institution of excellence providing advice, support to the government, and to provide guidance, support and supervision to the various training institutions, and to act as an umbrella to all maritime institutions in the country. So the governance system. The governance system of the IMU will be similar to the central universities and the institutions of national importance fulfilling the requirements of the university, grants commission for recognition as a university for the award of the degrees. It will have the autonomy and the flexibility to carry out its mandates with the approval and the consent of the designated bodies or presidents of the universities and the central government. The board of the management of the IMU will be the apex body of evolving policies and decisions on the functioning of the university. In evolving directions for its programs and functions, the university will have the benefit of experiences available in the substantial number of institutions around the world engaged in education and training related to the maritime sector. So yes guys, here is Marine Thing website page. You can just go to the consultancy of this page section where you can find this page after when you click the consultancy page. Here we are offering you the Marine Merchant Navy Career Consultancy. which are for the new upcoming sailors, where we will answer all the questions of newborn or newbie in the world of merchant navy. So as the new seafarers or upcoming seafarers should go for it. Thank you and hit the subscribe button, guys. I also will link the blog post of this.